Hello everyone, and today this is a very special video as we have a very successful, dynamic, a fresh chartered accountant, Shaurya Agrawal, who has joined us today, who has secured an All India rank 7 and 77 in audit. So it's literally like a triple seven, an All India rank 7 also, and plus the 77 in audit. So at the onset, heartiest congratulations to you for such a marvelous, wonderful success. And we are very curious at the onset first to know, we want to know your moment of success. So if you could start with describing that for us.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, first of all, for having me here. And for the moment of success, like the night before the results, I was traveling. So when I reached home, I was just sleeping. And my mom, when I was sleeping, my mom came running that your results are announced, your results are announced.
Okay.
And I was like shocked. In the morning at 8 a.m., how come the results be so early? So I was just in tense mode and I was just searching for my laptop, opening the results, and the site was crashing. And it was really a tense moment for me that time.
Okay.
But then when I opened the result and saw the AIR 7, it was like awesome feeling. When I told my father was sitting just beside me only.
Okay.
So when I told him, he was like so happy. He started shouting like he was calling my mother that Shaurya secured 7th rank. And my mother was in tears. My father was in tears. We video called my sister. She was in tears. Then my family posted on Instagram and several social media. And entire day the wishes were coming. People were congratulating the family, and it was really like I was in cloud nine that time.
Cloud nine. So literally a Diwali for you being celebrated on the day of your CA result type. Okay, right. So yes, as I was, coming to know more about you at intermediate level, also you've got an All India rank 10, and then at CA final an All India rank 7. So certainly you would have been a very intelligent student right from the beginning. So I say the when along with CA, there could have always been an option for you either to become a doctor or an engineer also. So how come you came into CA? We would like to come into your entire journey of the CA course.
Ma'am, actually, I am also a mechanical engineer from IIT Hyderabad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And when I was completing my engineering, I was more into finance, taxation, and accountancy. And I think that I was searching through different courses like MBAs also and MBAs in finance and CA also. And I was going through the curriculum of CA, and it was so well structured. Like they teach you from basic what is accountancy, what is taxation, and what is happening in the financial world. So I zeroed in on this course that yes, this course is made for me only.
Okay.
That's how I
So this is such a unique combination, heard of a engineer MBA, heard of a CA MBA, but an engineer CA is like, it's a privilege to have you, to take an interview of yours, because this is very, very like a rare combination to see, that an IIT Hyderabad mechanical engineer, and after that you pursued your CA course, and that too came out with such flying colors into the course. Okay, right. So now going forward, I would like to, rather the students who are now preparing for the exams or who could not get success in this particular exam. So what all advice or guidance could you give to these students regarding your entire preparation for the CA course for all the subjects, and then specifically coming to audit also?
Yes, ma'am. Basically, while studying, there were two major focus areas for me.
Okay.
One was consistency, and second one was writing practice.
Okay.
The consistency part is like the CA course is very lengthy, and during the 3 years of CA finals, it is very easy to get demotivated and demoralized. But during that time, you need to keep your spirits high. You need to think about the reason why you are here in this course. You need to think about the day when the results are going to be announced and these two golden letters, the CA, are going to be added before your name. So you need to think about your family, your future, and how much reputation you are going to earn when you are going to be CA.
True.
So rather than being discouraged or thinking that yes, this is a very lengthy course. How can I do it? What we need to do is we need to focus on the bright part. That what would be the world when we are going to become CA, and what we are going to give to the society. That's the major thing. The second thing is which I focused on is writing practice. And what majorly the students do not do is writing. But CA requires intense writing because it is a lengthy course and it is very easy to forget what you understood, what you were taught 3 years back. So if you have had a regular writing practice, it will be easy for you to remember that in the exams you will remember that yes, I have written this answer earlier, and it will be easy for you to remember that I can do it. It is manageable.
Yeah.
Also, secondly, during the writing practice, what you need to do is you need to write down the MTPs, the mock test, which the institute publishes. For each attempt, institute publishes 2 mock test papers.
Yes.
So what I did was I wrote both the mock test papers and also few other papers which I found, like few past year question papers or any coaching papers which were there. So overall, it was a great combination of writing and consistency, which helped me succeed in these examinations.
Okay. So writing, you're talking about all the subjects, like even for FR and SFM, you did the problem solving. And so for theory subjects like audit and law, also you did the question answer writing part that way.
Yes, ma'am. Like in practical also, what generally students do is they just go through the solution and they think that, yeah, they have understood it. But when you are actually writing in the examinations now, you will just go blank. कुछ याद ही नहीं आएगा कि क्या करना है अब, स्टेप ही याद नहीं आएंगे, तो फिर करोगे क्या? इसलिए what you need to do is आपको एक बार हर एक क्वेश्चन का एटलीस्ट 1 प्रैक्टिस तो करना जरूरी है, बिकॉज आपको एक स्ट्रक्चर विल बी सेट इन योर माइंड कि कैसे आपको उस क्वेश्चन को अप्रोच करना है. And coming to theory, what happens in theory is the questions are very unique. Even if you are remembering the answers very well, but the question will be such framed that you will not be able to guess what is going to be the answer of that question. So what you need to do is So what you need to do is you need to write and understand what is going to be the question and what is going to be the solution you are going to write in the examinations.
True. Like this is like, these are the questions, these are the answers, but then you also need to know, okay, which question, which answer I need to write. So that sort of a combination and linking has very important, which is required for the subject. Right. So now specifically, if I come to audit being a theory subject, nowadays it has also been known as, non-scoring, not able to clear group 1 or CA because of audit. So what could be going wrong from the student end, and what is it that you did it right, for getting a wonderful score of 77 in the audit paper?
Yeah. Ma'am, for me personally, I started audit very late because for me, I got only 1.5 years for my final examinations. So I started audit in February only, and just 2 months were remaining for my examinations. So what I did was I followed your classes and your advices rigorously because there was nothing else what I could have done. It would be time consuming. Audit is very lengthy subject. But what I think is the preparation of audit goes into stages. There are multiple stages and you need to devote at least 6 months. You need to start the class at least 6 months before the examinations. And and during that time, what you can do is in the first stage, you can start like understanding the subject, watch the lectures and understand the subject and the concept. This is the first stage and it will build a solid foundation for you. The second stage is going to be the revision stage. In the revision stage, what you can do is you can make notes of the typical concepts which are mostly annoying and you are not going to grab those topics, and you can make the notes of those topics and star mark all the important questions which you are doing, so that in the further revisions it becomes very easy to grab the whole subject because of its vastness. And the third stage can be the second revision. In the second revision, what you can do is you can go through all the notes you have made, all the important topics which were earlier you were blurry about, and third thing, all the star marked questions. Now the last phase comes is the consolidation phase. In the consolidation phase, what you need to do is, like, in each standards there is going to be one question which contains summary of entire standard.
Correct.
So for each standard you need to have that question and make a writing practice of that question. Because at the later stage, when you are going to make a writing practice of that question, you are going to have a good grasp of that concept.
Okay.
For other chapters like banking and insurance, these are very huge chapters, and like students are mostly afraid of these chapters. So what you need to do is, from initial days only you need to plan about those chapters.
Yeah.
You need to have at least 3 revision of those chapters, because there are multiple subtopics in these chapters, and understanding these topics is going to be very difficult if you are starting at late stage. So from initial only you need to, firstly you can read those chapters, and then further what you can do is you can build upon those and start solving questions. See how the questions are framed for each and every topic. Now coming to the smaller chapters like internal management and operational audit, or financial due diligence, and all these things.
NBFC,
so what you can do
PSU.
is forensic audit and all.
Yeah.
So these are the chapters, these are generally untouched by students. Like, they just read it once and go. That this is not going to help them in the examinations.
Very true.
Because these are the chapters from which the questions definitely come. And these questions are very like standardized generally. Like, there is in each chapter there is a question of steps, the procedure to be followed in this audit. And for that we follow a standardized approach, that OPC, objectives, procedure, and conclusion. And in the conclusion part there is a reporting part. So this standardized procedure you need to learn for each and every small chapter, and this is going to be helpful very much in your when you are writing the actual examination.
Yeah.
Now coming to the peer review and quality review, these are the very small chapters, but these require that you need to create a process flow for these chapters. You need to create a diagram that the first one, that the peer review board will appoint a reviewer, and then they will select your firm for review. So there is going to be a particular process flow, and also there is going to be timelines for that. Like, within 2 days you need to reply, or within 7 days this is going to happen. So you need to create a diagram for that, so that at the later stages you are going to easily remember that what is the timeline, what is the process flow. So overall, this was my strategy for audit.
Okay. So like, as you said, like there are these questions which have the procedure part also. So those type of questions, the answers for that is either you know it or you don't know it. It's not like a case study on fraud or going concern wherein, you can make an answer or create some answer over there. Here it's like, if they ask you something regarding a management audit or an NBFC or a PSU comprehensive audit, it's like their knowledge is power is what we can put it over there. Right. And so as you said, when you prepare charts on your own, you see the time and every, what are the 2 days and 60 days and whatever timeline are there. It gets better imprinted in your mind when you have put your innovativeness, your thought, your time in preparing of that chart. So certainly it retains also for a longer time in that case. Right. And another question which I would like to ask you is regarding the MCQs. So how did you, tackle that part of your preparation?
Yeah, like MCQs are majorly, the students are very fearful of MCQs. Like, how to attend the MCQs. There are going to be case scenario based MCQ, how to attend those. But there is a straightforward and a formulaic approach to the MCQs. What you need to do is, in the MCQ, you need to do the case study digest, the MCQ digest that the ICI releases.
The booklet,
And this digest, booklet. This booklet is contains varied MCQs, like all kind of MCQs which are going to be helpful, and when you are solving actually the MCQs in the examinations, it will automatically click to you that yeah, this can be the answers, and you can also go by elimination method in the MCQs.
True.
This, yeah, that this two options are not probable, and then you can have like select A and B option, and this option is most suitable, so you can go for that. This is the best approach, what I think, if you are ever stuck into any MCQ. And because there is no negative marking, you can use that approach very easily. Also, I would advise all the students to do the RTPs and MTPs MCQ, because these are very unique MCQs which can be repeated in the examinations, and you do not get a hang of those kind of MCQs by doing the MCQ booklet. So my advice is also to go through RTPs and MTPs
MCQ. Yeah. So yes, just as you said, that MCQ, I tell the students, either you should know the one correct answer or you should be knowing the 3 wrong answers. And so once you know the one correct, the 3 others don't matter. Or if you know these 3 are wrong, then certainly the one which is remaining has to be right. So, but for that, you need to develop a knack and your guessing skills of MCQ, the correct answer they need to improve. And that I think will come with more and more practice of the MCQs. So it's like every time when you study audit, every time you're doing a particular chapter or studying standards or ethics, you should devote some time, like say 15, 20 minutes or half an hour for regularly doing the MCQ practice also. So that simultaneously that skill set also gets developed. So I think so that the MCQ part is also taken care of. Okay. Then, a very $1 million question when it comes to audit subject is, how do I revise this entire subject 1.5 days before the exam? So if you can, share any magic formula, any secret, which worked for you, which the other students can also follow.
Yes, and there is no magic formula in audit. Like, you need to put a very much effort before the 1.5 days. Like during the study phase only, if you have put very much effort, the 1.5 days will become very easy for you.
True.
You should have star mark the most important question in each and every standard, in each and every chapters. Like for ethics also, ethics is vast, like it's like ocean. But what you need to do is, you need to star mark just those questions that you are going to revise on the last day. So on the last day, what I did was I referred to my notes majorly, and the diagrams that I had made, and also the questions which were most important, like which I thought that these are definitely going to come in the examinations. So all this accumulation can be done for the last day.
Yeah. So rather, for 1.5 days before the exam, you need to prepare like 4 months before the exam. And you cannot go into a process of greediness, 1 day before the exam. Oh, I need to learn this. Oh, I need to know this. Then that, certain that stresses the student out or something. So always when you're preparing a subject, you need to decide, okay, on the last day, just before the exam, I'm going to look into this concept, this particular type of question, and also going through a few suggested RTP, MTP questions before the exam would also certainly help. Okay, so I think that's right. I think good advice to all the students to, help them in preparing for the subject of audit. Any other subject also, any special tips or any special, what you say, something which worked for you, which you would like to share with the students?
Yeah, and like in each subject, I majorly focus on modules.
Okay.
Because modules are like Bible for us.
Okay.
For the CA students, you need to focus on your modules.
Okay.
For financial reporting, it is such a huge course. But what you need to do is you need to do some illustrations which are given in the module.
Okay.
Because there are many unique illustrations given in module. Like for the chapter India's 115, revenue from contract with customer, there are approximately 50 to 60 illustrations given in that module for that chapter only.
Okay.
So the students are tensed, like how to do these much illustrations or how to approach the subject. But majorly all the illustrations are covered in the class notes of kids study, but there are few illustrations which remains, and these are very unique illustrations. Even in my attempt also, there were two questions which came directly from module and which were very unique. Like if you haven't read them beforehand, you are not going to able to write anything.
Okay, understood.
And yeah, so mainly what you need to do is, if you are just going through those illustrations, just reading that only 1 or 2 times, it will be very helpful in your examinations to recall the illustrations.
Okay.
And secondly, I will talk about my elective economic laws.
Okay.
The economic laws is a very common subject, but it is not a greatly scoring subject. But in economic laws, I scored 80 marks out of 100. So my preparation strategy for that subject is that you need to read module as much times as you can in the economic law. Then only what you are going to do is you are going to recall that yes, this clause is written here, this clause is written here. The exam is open book, so you just need to remember that key. You need to manage your 4 hours at the exam spot, that you will recall that this clause is written here, and you just need to copy it up. And the second mistake that students do is, there is a case law book which is published by ICAI for each attempt, and these case law book contains the judgment of high courts and supreme courts. But the students they do not read this book. And during my attempt only, in each case study, at least one question was from that case law book. So what I need to do was, just I need to identify which case law it is, and I need to just copy down. So this is very much, this makes paper writing very easy if you have done all these practices beforehand.
Okay. And about audit, like the book, or what did you refer to, the study material, or which book? Nowadays also there is a trend among the students which I'm noticing. They say we want to study theory separately and then see a question bank separately. So what are your views? That does that work, or a culmination of both of them together, like doing theory and question bank together, is more effective? And what notes and how did you go about for audit specifically?
Yes, ma'am. For audit, as I earlier mentioned, that I didn't had any time. So I was not having any time to go through even modules.
Okay.
So majorly I focused upon your books only. And in your books, these are the most unique thing that I found was that after each and every topic, there is a question bank, which really helped me. Like, first of all, it creates a mental compatibility, because when the questions, one sec.
No issues. Yeah.
Can you repeat this part?
Yeah, no issues.
Call आ गया.
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay. So वो start से top से करता हूँ ना.
Yeah, sure. So you're mentioning about audit, how you went about it.
Yeah. So in the audit, what I majorly focused on, because I did not had any time, as I earlier mentioned that I had only 2 months, I focused majorly on your book only. Whatever you told me, I just focused on that religiously. What generally students do is they go for module, they go for different sources, like they try to find some compiler of questions or some different books to get the understanding of audit. But this is not a good approach to solve audit. What I find unique in your book was that after each topic there was question and answers. So what this gives is, it gives you mental compatibility with the book, because the volume of book shrinks very hugely. If you have different sets of book for questions and theory, the volume is very much high.
Yeah.
But because there is a repetition, the same thing will be repeated in the question bank. But when you are studying the theory along with the questions, it is easy to give cross references. And because of that cross-referencing, the volume reduces and mentally you are satisfied that, yeah, I have to study just 2 books only and the audit course will be done. But if you see like 4 books or 5 books, you will be very much tense, like how to complete it.
Yeah, and in addition to that, you have to do MCQ also. So then it becomes quite a lot of things to do actually.
Quite a lot of tasks, correct. And secondly, what happens is if you are solving the questions immediately after completing a topic, it sets in your mind very fast. And for long term, you will be able to recall it because you have done a single thing twice and that also back to back.
Correct.
That's why you are going to recall in the examination that हाँ कि ये क्वेश्चन है और इसी क्वेश्चन का ये आंसर है. करेक्ट. नहीं तो क्या होता है कि आंसर्स जो होते हैं वो हमको याद रह जाते हैं कि हाँ दिस इज द आंसर, बट क्वेश्चन जो होते हैं वो हमको पता ही नहीं कि क्या क्वेश्चन है इस आंसर का. दैट्स व्हाई सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चन आंसर्स along with theory is very much important. Like थ्योरी करो और उसके साथ ही क्वेश्चन आंसर्स करो.
So it's like, it's coming to my mind कि the ingredients of a recipe and immediately you try the recipe. ऐसा नहीं कि ingredients एक दिन देखे और recipe कोई और दिन try किया तो you might forget, कि what is happening. So when you see it a hand in hand approach, I think that's more effective, more time efficient also in that case. Right. So, so 80 in economic laws, even that's a great, achievement over there. So, again, separate congratulations for that also. And so, yes, as a closing remark, what advice would you give to our students, who are right now preparing for the upcoming exams or, attending classes or on their journey of the CA course, maybe foundation, intermediate or final? What advice could you give them?
Yes, well, I would start by saying the word said by Krishna Bhagwan in Bhagavad Gita, that karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadacha. You believe in your work, you believe in the process, believe in the journey, and results will automatically come. You need to be a cocoon. You need to be a cocoon who is going to be developed into a beautiful butterfly. So you need not focus outside here and there. You need to focus only on yourself. Only what are the efforts you are putting into the examinations, and you need to be consistent in those efforts, because CA is very long and a tiring course. You need to have a practical experience, like you need to go to articleship also. You need to also manage your studies. So it is very difficult to manage everything. But if you are consistent and if you are working hard, you can surely be successful in this examination. One more thing I would like to add is you need to aim for a rank in these examinations. Because if you are aiming for a rank, you are definitely going to pass the examinations. If you are aiming for like 400, if you are aiming for 400, अगर आप 400 के ही सोच रहे हो तो फिर तो आपको पास होने की भी मतलब बहुत मुश्किल पड़ सकती है. So if you are aiming for aim, you are definitely going to pass. And your mentality also works that way only. That you are thinking about rank and your brain will function that हाँ 600 लाने, तो 600 लाने तो आप कम से कम 500 की तो मेहनत करोगे ही करोगे.
Set your bar high, set your goals at a higher level. Yes, true. That's very nice. And so what are your plans now? You are having a degree of an engineer, mechanical engineer, and plus an all India ranked chartered accountant. So what's the future plans? What are the future plans?
So, currently तो ये जो मतलब
enjoying the success. Currently enjoying the success. Yeah.
Correct. अभी तो मतलब I haven't think about future much, but I am exploring different domains, like in which domain I will suit, and which domain is a perfect fit for me. Like I am evaluating for FP&A roles. I am evaluating for the management consultant or management trainee roles. So I am evaluating different options, and then I will decide like what to do next. Currently, I am just in a relaxed mood and just a cheerful mood.
Oh, that's great. So recently I've also uploaded a few videos on my YouTube channel regarding what are the career opportunities for CAs, because probably I thought that after students become CA, there is no connect, so like they at CA finals. So probably you can watch in those videos also, which might give you some further advice regarding further career options. So thank you so much for, sparing your time and keeping my word of I telling you that if we could have an interview and you immediately agreed for the same. So thank you once again and wishing you congratulating you once again for your well-deserved success. Thank you so much.
Thank you.